Hello and welcome to the show. On the program tonight, mental health. The Lloydminster and Area Brain Injury Society is here to talk prevention and awareness. But first, will the Bobcats stay or go? The fate of the hockey team is up in the air and Carly Agro is digging into the issue for us. She takes the desk right now with Mayor Mulligan on Around the Region. Later in the show, one of the Prairie's country gems hits the border city. A behind-the-scenes look at the artists creating the music is coming up. But first, here's guest host Carly Agro.
Hello and welcome to the set of Around the Region. I'm Carly Agro, and joining me today for an intense discussion on the Lloydminster Bobcats is Mayor Mulligan. Mayor, welcome to the set.
I'm glad to be here.
Well, I want to get right into things because this has been going on for quite some time now. It's been a little while since the initial announcement was made that Wayne Russell accepted an offer for this team. But what I want to have the opportunity to elaborate with you on is the role that the city is playing in this very intense decision-making process. And what I think we need to explain to people out there is why the city is playing a role in whether or not the team is going to be packed up and moved to Whitecourt. So let's get into the 60-day clause and why that actually exists, because you've told me, but I think that the people in our region need to understand why, although Wayne accepted this offer, the Bobcats still have a chance to be here in this community. So why is that?
Well, absolutely. On May 1st, when we did our negotiating operating agreement between the Bobcats and the City of Lloydminster, where we make certain concessions, they make certain commitments back to us, and we say, this is a good deal for everybody. Let's go ahead and operate under this agreement. One of the things we agreed to do was build the Sky Suites, all of those sorts of things.
And I've seen the memorandum right here in front of us.
May the 1st, 2010. And what we agreed to do at that point was we're going to add value potentially to this franchise and to this team, and we would hate to do all of that only so it could be packaged up and sold and moved to another center. So what I wanted to do on behalf of the taxpayers and what City Council, wise council said was, how can we protect that investment? Well, the way to protect that investment is to have a 60-day ability to match any offer from anybody and make it open to citizens of Lloydminster to purchase the team.
And that's sort of where we're at right now. We are in that 60-day period of time.
Yep.
And you know, you mentioned taxpayers. Now, I pay tax, you pay tax, we all pay tax. I think for people at home who are paying these tax dollars, let's explain to them how the city has helped this team.
Well, you know, it's not just the Bobcats. I mean, there's several parks and rec facilities, there's landfill operations, there's the Blue Box service.
Right.
There's a number of things that we have to subsidize, let's say. And council has to decide in conjunction with management where are we going to place tax dollars so that we can have a good lifestyle, a good place for people to invest and move to, and take care of the things we need to take care of, like safety, security, roads, and so on. So one of the decisions that we had to make was an entertainment venue and provider like the Lloydminster Junior A Bobcats. So we made a decision on May the 1st and executed an agreement which said that here's some of the concessions we will make so that we can have this kind of an entertainment venue and attraction in our city. And yes, there's dollars and cents to it, whether it be advertising, whether it be capital costs, whether it be reduced rate on ice. And we believe, and still believe today, that this kind of an agreement with a Junior A hockey team is a good thing for the city overall.
And now that all of this has gone on, and obviously you've had an opportunity to take a look at the books, if you will. I hate to use that term, but do you still feel from your perspective that this team can be a significant part of this community, and not only meaningful in the hockey sense, but meaningful in the sense of the value that it adds to the city and the community?
Well, I think meaningful in the hockey sense for sure. That's no debate on that.
Not a question.
When it comes to can they be financially viable from a pure financial statement perspective, I think a whole bunch of things would have to go into that. If I'm a large business and I want to purchase the team, and by purchasing that team, I can sign 3 new employees to come to town that I couldn't before. Is it worth $50,000 subsidy? Does it make it a balanced books situation? If all of a sudden it grows and expands my presence in the community and I do 3 more business deals that result in millions of dollars of profit, was it a good business transaction? Yes, it was. On a pure, will it balance, will it break even? I think that there's things the league has to do, and I think there's things that you can do in operating the team to make that happen. But the team just in and of itself, doing what it does today, it would have a tough time breaking even the way it operates today. Now, down the road, like I say, if I was an owner that could afford to do this and I had a business interest and it was going to make a better profile for my business, help me recruit employees, give me opportunities to maybe co-mingle some things, then I think the amount of money we're talking about for the annual subsidy is small.
Okay. All right, well, that might be small, but we have a lot more big topics to cover when we return. When we do return, we're going to talk about sort of where this sits right now and the offers that may or may not be on the table and what direction we see this going, both from a hockey perspective as well as the politics side of things. So stay tuned. There'll be a whole lot more coming up on Around the Region.